Hello everyone, welcome to another English with Joseph. Today I want to show you the Christmas tree in my local town. Now this is an interesting thing because we don't usually have a small tree. Usually we have a big tree. And you can see in my town there's a kind of a tree, but it's kind of alone there. There isn't really anything else as you can see around it. And that's a little bit unusual, because usually in my town there are lots of Christmas decorations. But this year, because of the virus, there's very little. Now, I know that this area is locked down until the 11th. That's probably why. Maybe in a few weeks there'll be more. But right now, there's just this kind of like poor looking tree. You can see it there. And I'm hoping that things will be getting better as time goes on. Let's have a look around and see what other decorations we can see. There's a few little lights, as you can see, up on the lampposts. And there's also some other decorations around. You can see some tiny things, but there's nothing by the railway station there, as you can see. No other things. So what we're going to do is we're going to have another look at this tree. We're going to talk about the decorations, and then we're going to go up to the high street and we're going to see if there's any lights up there. So let's have a look at this Christmas tree. Well, as you can see, this Christmas tree is a pine tree, and clearly it came from the north somewhere. Maybe in this country or perhaps another country. Now, you know, in a Christmas tree, these lights that we put around them, they're called fairy lights or Christmas tree lights, surprisingly. So the fairy lights here are very bare. I mean, usually there's tinsel on the tree as well. Tinsel is that kind of, it looks like rope, but it's shiny and wraps around the tree. And usually there's also decorations, you know, like little bubbles hanging down, but there's really nothing here. I think the correct word actually is baubles, but they are as silent bubbles. So you can see there is just a tree, and even though it's very tall, the only thing I can say is it has lights. So what we'll do is we'll take a few steps back so you can see the tree, and then we'll go around to the high street and have a look at the lights up there. But apart from this and these other things on the lampposts, there's just nothing yet. So maybe after the 11th we'll get something nice. Let's have a look. This is a shopping centre, by the way. I'm not allowed to make video clips in there. I don't know why. I mean, it's not exactly the best shopping centre in the world, but probably for security and in case I record people. But if you look up here, there's some lights flashing. You can see that. And there's some up here as well. You can see the lights on the lamppost, but usually there's a lot more, you know. So there's a tree in its entirety. They look beautiful. I like that tree. And just to be politically correct, video clip, there's a black man walking in front of it. Very nice, very nice. That means that my video clip is politically correct, of course. Right, so here we are. Now there's a car coming here, so I better move out the way. And we're going to walk up to the high street, and hopefully they'll have the lights on, so you can have a look at the lights as I walk up, okay? And you can also see the band that's playing here, just up on the corner. It's a very exciting thing. Not my kind of music, but still it's exciting. Now you'll notice here, the high street's kind of dead anyway, because there's no shops. Many of them moved up to a local shopping mall, and like many of our high streets, it's just kind of lying dead these days. It's a real shame, because when I was a little boy, there were bookshops, sports shops, clothes shops, but now there's just old, dilapidated buildings. They're trying to bring them back. The governments are trying to push people to set up little shops, but it's really not working, and I don't know what they have to do, to be honest, to make it better, you know. But it's a little bit depressing, as you see. Now, just on the way up here, we're going to pass a very old cinema, just where these boys are playing. This was a cinema, and there was a tragedy in the 1920s where many people died. If you put into Google Paisley cinema tragedy, you might find more about it. But you can probably see that it's all boarded up there at the top. And there's now a shop called Bat and Dorothy Parkins. So let's have a little look. There we are. Now we're going to see if the Christmas tree lights are on yet. They should be coming on soon. There's the War Memorial. You know, we have these war memorials in every town to celebrate the glorious dead who died during the war. Let's see who's singing these Scottish songs. Interesting for a moment, I suppose. I don't know if you like that kind of music, but for me it's a little bit rough. That song is an old Scottish song by a band called The Proclaimers. You can find it on YouTube. And it's called, predictably, I Could Walk 5,000 miles or 500 miles, something like that. Anyway, of course, we can't do anything except have a look in Poundland, which is a shop which, as you can see there, bargain buys, where everything is a pound. Okay, so you probably have noticed, if I walk up this street here, that there's lots of Christmas tree lights and you can see them, but they're not switched on yet. So these are the official Christmas tree lights of the town, but they're not switched on. I don't know when they'll put them on. Hopefully as we're walking up here, because it is almost dark, they might switch them on. I hope. Let's see. You can see it's been raining as well. It's a little bit dark, isn't it? You can also see that there's, well, the place is dead. Except for the newsagents, which is still open. W.H. Smith. And that's about it, I think. Oh, there's more Christmas decorations. You can see them there, but really there's not so many this year. Usually there's Christmas decorations everywhere. But then, it is still early. It is still very early in the month. And what's this we have up here? Yeah, you'll see in the distance there, there's a church. That's closed down now. It's a monument, what is it? A conference centre, that's what I want to say. And of course, next to me here is a subway. Well, that's one of them everywhere. The first time I ever seen a subway, I think, was in Boston, I think. Outside one of the Boston metro stations, there was a big subway. It's very good. So that's really about it with the Christmas decorations. I'm really hoping they switch on these lights so you can see them, but as you can see it's almost dark and there's really no sign of Christmas decorations going on. So we'll walk a little bit further up here and hopefully there'll be a little flash and a moment of light. I hope anyway. I'm not going to hold my breath, that's for sure. Let's see what I can see. Let me see. No, nothing. No, I can only see the lights above me, but they're not actually switched on yet. Let me turn around and so you can just have a look at them. There they are. So if those things were to come on, that would be a wonderful thing, wouldn't it? But I don't think they will. I don't think they will. What time is it, I wonder? And this is my lovely town, the town which sadly doesn't have Christmas decorations at the moment. You can see more up there, just by the church. There's something going across the road, you can see. Yeah, I think. And just next to me here is one of the charity shops. I'm always talking about these. This one's for the British Heart Foundation. A charity shop is a shop that we have loads of them around here. Basically, it's a charity. So if you have something you don't want, you give it to that shop. You can resell it. Well, you don't resell it, but they will resell it. So you give it to them as a donation. They will resell it, and they can make some money. So if you have an empty house or a house full of furniture, you can say, hey, you want the house or do you want the furniture? And they'll come with a big truck and take it and sell it for the British Heart Foundation, which is a charity. Now, in case you wonder why I'm walking down the street, it's because there's an absolutely delicious fish and chip shop here. We're not going to go into the fish and chip shop because I'm going to make food tonight, which you will see live on Facebook if you go over there. I'll try and put the clip on YouTube as well. But that fish and chip shop, you can see there, belongs to the family of Paolo Nutini. Now, I believe he's a very famous pop singer from this town, Paolo Nutini. I don't really know who he is, but his family own that shop, and they've got pictures of him on the walls. That's all I can tell you about it, really. Oh, look, a monument. Let's have a look at them. Oh, the lights just came on. Wonderful. The Christmas tree lights have come on, so we can see them. Wonderful. And while you can have a look there. Look, see, they came on. While we're waiting for the rest of them to come on, because they come on in bits, we'll have a little look at this monument here. Willie Gallagher, a great Scotsman, a great patriot, a great internationalist, and a great communist. What a strange thing to say on a Scottish monument, huh? Anyway, let's not worry about that. Right, here's the Christmas tree lights. Now, some of them are on, and the ones above me are just about to come on in a second. So you'll see that just in a second. And then we'll have a walk down the streets, and we'll have a look again at the Christmas decorations. So, just a second. Yeah, they're not on yet, but I don't know why they do this, but every year when they put on Christmas lights, they put them on at the bottom, then they put them on halfway up, and then about 5 minutes later, the ones at the top come on. So it's a little bit strange. So let's walk down to the ones that are on, and we can have a look at them, and then we'll walk back up, or we can point the camera back up at these ones as well. Let's see now. Can you see them yet? I can't. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can see them there. They're lit up now, aren't they? They don't really say anything. It's just little bulbs in the sky. There they are. Yeah, you can see they're switched on. Yeah, all the way down. And still the ones behind me aren't on. So you get the idea. I mean, at night time in the dark, they are actually very beautiful. But they don't really do much. Probably to see the reflection in the shop window would be better. There we are. Looks like a net, doesn't it? Looks like a net. Okay, there we are. Right, so now these ones still aren't on, but right at the very top it says Christmas greetings from Paisley. So let's go up and have a look at those, and then we'll come back down. Oh, look at this. What does this say? Let's work together as a team. That would be my Paisley dream. Oh, buddies should not. What? Oh, but buddies should work side by side to fill our hearts. I suppose it's going to say with Paisley pride. Yeah. Yeah, that was nice, wasn't it? Beautiful thing for someone to say. You know, this place was known for being very industrial. One time, again when I was a boy, it was a very sad little place, but I'm pleased that it's really coming on in the world. Let's go up here and have a look at these decorations, and then we can look back down the streets. I think that would be lovely. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see this, but those lights there are actually switched on, and it says Season's Greetings from Paisley. Maybe I should come back when it's very dark, huh? Oh, that's our local Chinese shop. Do you know, I sometimes go in there to buy my Chinese dumplings, but the problem is that it actually, although it's a lovely shop, they don't accept cards. You have to pay by cash. They only accept cash. I mean, really, who pays by cash these days? Really. Right, let's go back down. I have to go to the supermarket in a minute, so I'll need to wind this up, as they say. But let's see if we can have a little look further down here. Yeah. But you can maybe get a better look at the lights there. Some are on at the bottom. Yeah. Do you know, I remember when this street was not pedestrianised and cars used to come up and down here. It's hard to imagine now, isn't it? Especially when you see how narrow the road is. But yeah, cars used to come all the way up and down here. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, peri peri, delicious. I love peri peri. Right, okay, so I have to go to the supermarket now to get my food, because tonight I'll be on Facebook Live and I'll be cooking, and I'll be making a delicious thing. I won't tell you what it is just yet. So that's all for me for now, and I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful evening.